Hey guys, it's eOne here, and now we have a battle of two awesome but dark characters. We have the gun-wielding vigilante, the Punisher, versus the main character from Just Cause, Rico. Now I'm doing this battle just cause. Thank you. Nah, just kidding with you guys. Sorry, bad pun. This battle was requested by you guys in the comments, and to get the winner, we'll look at each of the characters' powers and abilities, and motives, and some other facts for the keen people out there, and just to get you up to date with the character. Since the Punisher has been brought back to life before and can become back as Frankenstein, we will only allow each character to have one life, and that's it. No respawning, no nothing. Before we do get into the video, I'd like you guys to drop to the comments below and say who you think will win and why. Done it? Awesome. Let's get right into the video. Frank Castle is one of the most feared anti-heroes by villains in comic history. He's racked up a huge body count and has got one of the biggest kill streaks with only one death. That kill streak is 48,502 and still counting. And that number was from 2013 and stuff. So right now that number is going to be in the 60,000s. So that number is going to be huge right now. And doing this, he only has used a few abilities that he learnt with his time on the street and in the army. He's an expert in military and guerrilla tactics, marksmanship, close quarters combat, infiltration, and demolition expert, and not to mention his special forces training. Frank has had a good life, all up to the point when his family decided to go to Central Park in New York to have a picnic, and while searching for a place to sit down and eat, as his family stumbled upon a gang killing, and after the gang had spotted them, they opened fire and killed his whole family in front of him. Frank was the only person to get to cover and survive. Driven by this moment, he became the Punisher, gearing up and getting ready to kill anyone that was above the law. Punisher's first appearance was not in his own comic book, but a Spider-Man one, and has never seen being a sniper, as he likes to look at each and every one he kills in the eye, and not afar or in the back. Now moving on to Rico Rodriguez. Rico has no abilities, but is an expert in spy and spy-based things. He's had assassin training and is a former F1 driver, and has had many other jobs, making him as deadly as they come. Even stating that he is the best at what he does, and unfortunately for the people playing the game and watching videos on it, he didn't end with what I do is not very nice. According to the JC2 PDA, Rico was born on January 25th, 1968 in Mexico. It was being stated that he grew up in Medicea, but was not born there. Medicea is said to be both his and his mother's homeland. According to an interview with the game director, Rico's parents were killed in action. When Rico escaped the coup in Medicea, Rico is the main playable character in the Just Cause games, and is having a movie rumored about him back in 2010. The team said it about a cinematic universe with Hitman, Tomb Raider, and Thief, and other games, just to name a few. But this will happen, but if this won't happen, it sounds awesome on paper, and it might be turned into a comic book series. So I hope it does happen. Now onto the final verdict, and I have to say a couple things before I do. The two don't have preparation, which is fine, because they both seem to have weapons anywhere they go, machine gun, pistol, knife, anything that they can really get their hands on, whether it's trapped away in a boot or something like that. They always do. And they are both at the top of their physical and mental ability, which makes them almost equal combatants against each other. But the Punisher is slightly actually quite a lot mentally unstable. But I am going to have to go with Frank Castle, aka the Punisher. And here's why. Punisher has been known to always carry around heavy body armor, meaning that no bullet getting into him, and if it does from his uncovered arms, he usually barely flinches and just shrugs it off almost instantly and keeps fighting. We've seen this in the comics multiple times, we've seen this in the movies a couple times, but when Rico gets shot, well, he's just normal, but like the Punisher, he has had some training without the heavy body armor and extremely high pain tolerance. Punisher would get shot a few times, but after a couple shotgun pumps through Rico's face and the handgun explosives went off, which is the Punisher style, I really don't think Rico would survive from that, and Punisher, well, all he needs to do is go get medical attention from his wounds, but probably won't. Just cauterize them at home and probably get them infected or something. Please don't try cauterizing your wounds. It's really not a good idea. And with all that said, let's wrap this video up, shall we? Make sure to drop a video idea below, and be sure to, and you'll get a shout out in this video. Sorry, I just choked on my own spit. That was weird. And this video idea below, and like and subscribe, and I'll see you all, you awesome people, later.